Hi, my name is Tammy Woody. I am the Career Services Coordinator at Finger Lakes Community College. I am part of the Academic Advising Career and Transfer Services Office at FLCC. My job is to help students, whether they're incoming, during college, or after, to decide on and help make decisions on careers and majors and all things jobs related. So I see lots of different students from when they're coming in to when they're leaving to changing majors. Today, I want to talk a little bit about self-discovery and assessment. And I know that sounds kind of scary, but it's all about figuring out what next steps are. So as you're starting to discover what types of things you like, how do you start to figure out what's next? There isn't one way to do this. There is all kinds of different information that's out there. So trying to figure out how to do that, self-discovery and career assessment can certainly help. So, do you know students that have figured everything out? So, you might have classmates around that know exactly what they want to do and which college they want to attend and what their major is. Sometimes that's great, and sometimes that will change. And some students have no idea what they want to do. We see college students come in all the time, no idea what they want to do. And that takes a little bit of work. It takes work to figure it out. And many times there isn't a right or wrong to this. It's about figuring out what feels good for you and what will work. So, how do you start doing that? You start doing that through figuring out what types of things you like. So, there are career assessments out there that can help you figure out what your interests are, what your values are, what type of personality you have. And then it can help you look at different careers and majors that are out there for you. So starting to figure out and knowing a little bit about yourself. So do I like to work outside? Do I want to be inside? Do I like computers? Do I like people? Do I like things? Do I like to fix things? Do I like to be in depth? Do I like science? Do I like English? Do I like math? All of those things are going to be things that are going to be super helpful in starting to think through what types of things might be next for you. And honestly, those things might change. You might like science one morning and one year, and then you get into a different type of science or a different type of math, and you say, I don't know about that. So these things will change, but starting to figure out what those things are will be really helpful. Here at FLCC, we have a couple of different assessments. So we have an assessment called My Plan, which looks at interests and personality and values. And at the end of it, you answer a bunch of different questions, and then at the end of it, it starts to give you some information about what types of things you like and what types of possibilities are out there for next steps. So it might be careers, might be majors, might be all of those things. Your high school might also have an assessment that you can take. You might have even taken it already. You might want to look at it. If you haven't taken it, you might want to look into taking it. If you already have taken it, you might want to look it back over or take it again because those interests can change. So starting to figure out what's out there and what can be helpful. If your high school doesn't have it, you are more than welcome to take ours. And again, taking it a couple of different times at different points might be super helpful in starting to figure things out. Again, it's not going to tell you what you should do and not do. It might even show you things that might not be of interest at all. But it's going to be helpful in starting that process of looking at what types of things that you like to do. Um, it also is important to think about what types of things you could see yourself doing for the future. So some students will come in and say, I really like baking, but I'm not sure I want to make that a career. So those could be interests outside of a career. In terms of majors for college, you can find a gamut, a whole wide range of things that are out there for you to be able to choose from. So some majors are very specific. Nursing is a good example. You go into nursing and you're pretty much going that route, though there's lots of different opportunities within nursing. English or psychology or a bunch of different areas also have wide interest areas. So you don't necessarily have to choose one things specifically. So you could choose those types of majors. We also have a liberal arts major, which is a variety of different things that can help you start to narrow down what types of things you might want to consider doing. It is not meant to be a career path, but it is something that can be helpful in starting to narrow down. Do I like English more? Do I like math more? What types of things do I like, and what could I see using as a career? And how far along do I want to go? Do I find myself wanting to do a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, no degree? Do I want to go on and start to look at training in something, an apprenticeship? There's all kinds of opportunities out there for you to choose from. Self-assessment and career discovery is one of those things that can be really helpful. If you need help in any of this, I would recommend talking to your guidance counselors about this, because this can be an area of opportunity of figuring out what colleges or what career paths can be out there. You can also look on our website and be able to take the career assessment if you would like to. For more information, please feel free and reach out. I work with high school students all the way up to our students coming out and our alumni after they've graduated. So please feel free and get in touch with me for more information. Thanks.